All right, let's jump right in. You know that device in your pocket? The one you probably just glanced at a second ago? Well, by default, it's basically an expert-level distraction machine. But today, we're going to re-engineer it. We're going to talk about how to transform it from a thing that just eats your time into a powerful tool for actually making things.
So let's just start with a really direct question. Be honest with yourself. Right now, as it's set up, is your phone a tool that you use to build your ideas, or is it more of a toy designed to keep you busy? Seriously, the answer to that question kind of dictates everything else we're about to cover.
Because here's the thing. Most smartphones, out of the box, are what the source material calls a consumption sink. And look at that definition. This isn't an accident. These systems are precision engineered to suck you into this endless loop of just watching and scrolling and watching some more. That's the default state we're here to break.
And the way we break it is by flipping the entire script. We're going to shift from being a passive observer, just stuck in that consumption sink, to becoming an active producer with what we're calling a synthesis engine. It's a fancy term, but it just means a system designed to take in raw ideas and actually produce something new from them. That's the mindset shift right there.
Okay, so how do we actually build this engine? Well, it all starts with architecture. We have to completely re-engineer our digital environment. And the most valuable piece of real estate you own is your phone's home screen.
And here's why that's so important. This is such a simple but incredibly powerful principle. The stuff you see first is the stuff you do first. It's human nature. If your best creation app is buried 3 swipes deep in a folder somewhere, you've already lost the battle. Friction is the enemy.
All right, so here's the game plan. It's just 3 steps. First up, page 1 dominance. Your most important creative apps need to be right there, in easy thumb's reach. No excuses. Second, the consumption exile. All those social media and endless feed apps, banish them. Seriously, hide them on the last page or in a folder, make it hard to get to them. And finally, get smart with automated routines that can trigger a creative mode, blocking all the distracting stuff the moment you open a creation app.
So once we've redesigned our space, we have to master the next critical skill. Capturing ideas the instant they show up. Because good ideas, they're volatile. They can just poof, evaporate in seconds if you don't snatch them out of the air. And that brings us to this crucial rule. You've got to live by this. Capture first, judge never. So much of creativity is just the discipline of getting things down. The goal is to capture the idea raw without that little voice in your head telling you it's not good enough. We can worry about judging it way later.
So how do we make capturing that easy? This is your toolkit. We're talking of one-tap widgets for apps like Google Keep or Obsidian that get you straight to a blank note. We're talking about thinking out loud using your keyboard's dictation to turn your ramblings into searchable text. And you have to leverage your phone's sensors. Use Google Lens to pull text from a book you're reading, or use a stylus like the S Pen to get your ideas down with total precision.
Now, once you get good at capturing ideas, the next level is connecting them. This is where the real alchemy happens, and it's why we need to build what people call a second brain.
Because, and this is so important to get, a phone that's just full of random, disconnected notes isn't a creative tool. It's a digital junk drawer. Raw capture is just the first step. It's useless until you start forging connections between all those different inputs. And this is the solution. A second brain, which you can build in an app like Obsidian, is all about using relational notes. By linking ideas together with backlinks and hashtags, you create this incredible web of your own thinking. A note on color theory can suddenly link to a sunset photo you took last year and a line of poetry you saved. All of a sudden, your old ideas are colliding with new ones, and that is where original thought comes from.
Okay, so we have a system for capturing and connecting. Now we have to defend it. Deep creative work needs empty space, and your phone is designed to eliminate every last second of it. We have to actively, aggressively protect our focus.
And the guiding principle for this whole defense strategy is a strict consumption-to-creation ratio. You simply cannot out-create your inputs if all you're doing is mainlining an endless fire hose of other people's finished ideas. You have to make sure that production gets equal billing, if not more, than consumption.
So here are 4 practical ways to do that. First, the one-in, one-out rule. For every half hour you spend consuming, you have to spend a half hour creating. It's simple. Next, and this is a big one, no social media before you create something, especially in the morning. Protect that fresh mental space. Try using grayscale mode to make those shiny apps way less addictive. And finally, get ruthless with focus mode to block apps entirely when you're in a creative sprint.
And what happens when you get stuck? Creative block? Well, you can actually use your phone to break out of it. There are apps like Oblique Strategies, which are based on these famous cards, and they give you cryptic prompts like this one. The whole point is to jolt you out of your normal way of thinking and force you to look at a problem from a completely new angle.
Okay, so we've covered the mindset, the architecture, and the defense system. Let's wrap this all up with a concrete, super useful toolkit you can install today to get started. And remember, a minimalist stack is key here. We want to avoid getting overwhelmed by a million different apps.
This stack pretty much covers all of the bases. For any kind of visual thinking or sketching, Concepts gives you this amazing infinite canvas. For writing, IA Writer is just a beautiful, distraction-free zone. For building that second brain we talked about, Obsidian is the absolute gold standard. And for photography, Snapseed gives you professional-grade editing right on your phone. This is a lean, powerful starting point.
So let's make this real. I want you to do this little audit right now. Go ahead, pick up your phone, look at the 3 main apps you can reach with your thumb without thinking. Are they apps for watching, reading, and scrolling? Or are they apps for capturing, drawing, and recording?
And that little audit really leads us to the final and most crucial question of all. That supercomputer in your pocket is an unbelievably powerful tool. So the choice is really yours. Are you going to use it to build your world, or are you just going to keep using it to watch someone else's?